What's up YouTube, Moneyman here. I'm going to be playing some Battlefront on the PS4 for you guys. And today guys, I want to talk to you about the new Star Wars movie that's coming out later today. There's two things I want to discuss in this video: new characters and where is Luke. So guys, if you have seen the movie, please don't post any spoilers on the comment section below. I don't want to ruin it for me or anybody else who's actually watching this video. Now I want to talk to you guys about the new characters in the movie. We have Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, and Captain Phasma. And the first person I want to talk to you guys about today is going to be Rey. Now, we don't know much about her. The developers and the producers really have been keeping a lid on about all these characters, all their backstories, just so we can learn about it in the movie. Now, we do know about, one of the only things we do know about Rey is that she is a rebel. She's fighting against the Galactic Empire. And then there's a few other things that I can't really recall. But one of the main things that people are talking about is that she's either going to be Han's daughter or Luke's daughter. And we only think this just because in one of the previous trailers where Luke does a voiceover on it, he is talking about the Force being strong in his family. He talks about his father being strong with the Force, talking about how he is strong with the Force. Same thing for his sister, Princess Leia. And then he also says the Force is also strong with you as well. Now, we don't know if he's talking to his child or if he's talking to Han Solo's child. And a lot of people are thinking that Rey, the main heroine of the story, is actually either Han's daughter or Luke's daughter. But we'll find if that's true or not in the movie when it actually comes out to theaters. So that's enough about Rey. Let's talk about her co-star, Finn. Now, Finn is actually a trooper in the beginning of the movie, and at some point during the movie, he changes sides. He becomes a rebel. I'm assuming it's because he loses faith in the Empire. And then part of the trailer, he talks about he doesn't know what he's fighting for anymore. So at some point during the movie, he actually changes and becomes a rebel. And even along during the movie, he becomes a Jedi. Now, we've seen trailers with him holding up a lightsaber. We've seen him about to fight Kylo Ren. The only question I don't know is who trains him, because we don't see Luke in any of the trailers. We don't see him on the poster or anything like that. So that just has to let you know someone has to train him. And if not, then he just got a lightsaber and he's just swinging a lightsaber around and fighting for the rebels. We don't know. So that's enough about Finn, guys. Let's talk about the newest villain. His name is Kylo Ren. Now, we don't know much about him either. All we know is that he has a really cool lightsaber. He's trying to pick up where Darth Sidious and Darth Vader left off and try to finish what they couldn't finish. Now, this character has a lot of controversy. By controversy, I mean people are coming out with a bunch of theories, just talking about who his true identity is, because we don't really know who he is exactly. I don't really want to talk about those theories until my next subject. The only thing I do want to point out is his name is Kylo Ren, not Darth Kylo Ren. I don't know if that's anything to talk about. Maybe I'm just pointing something out that's irrelevant. I don't know. So that's enough about Kylo Ren. Let's talk about the next character, Captain Phasma. Now, Disney is doing something really cool with him. They gave him a name. And by that, I mean the past 6 movies that came out, there weren't really any troopers that actually had a name. Nobody that we can actually recall on. The only person I can think of is Commander Cody, the guy who actually shot down Obi-Wan in Episode 3. But other than that, troopers were just bodies on the battlefield, soldiers with guns. We didn't really think about whether or not they had a name or not. So I just find that really cool. There's really not much to talk about Captain Phasma other than that he has a name. So that's enough about new characters. Let's talk about the next thing, and that's theories. Now, there's only one theory I want to talk about. There's multiple theories that are going around in the Star Wars universe right now, but the main thing that everybody's talking about is, where is Luke? And by that, guys, I mean he's not in any of the posters, any of the promotional posters, or any of the trailers. Now, there is that trailer where he's talking to either his child or Han's child about the Force being strong in the family. But other than that, we haven't really had him in the trailer. Now, we've had a hooded guy, put his robotic hand on top of R2-D2. Now, everybody's saying that's Luke. I think that's Luke, but there's a reason why Disney didn't put his face out there on the trailer yet. And I just find that really interesting to talk about. And the first theory to talk about is whether or not Luke Skywalker actually gave himself up to the dark side and is now Kylo Ren. And this theory only came up because in the extended universe, after Luke Skywalker beat Darth Vader, Darth Sidious is reborn by clones. And at some point in the book, he actually talks Luke Skywalker to come into the dark side and become his new apprentice, which he does for a short bit. And the second theory is Luke Skywalker is dead. Now, there's not really much to go off about this theory. All we know is a lot of time has passed since Darth Vader has been defeated, and Luke Skywalker might have a big bounty on his head, and a bounty hunter might have gotten really lucky and killed him while he was asleep. And the only embodiment the only time that we see Luke is his embodiment of the Force. You know, what Obi-Wan and Yoda did for Luke in episode 5 and 6. Now, the third and final theory is Luke is actually a recluse. He's doing what Obi-Wan Kenobi did. He's just trying to stay away from everybody and just becoming more one with the Force. And he doesn't even know what's happening out in the outside world. So, and maybe in the movie they're just going to be looking for Luke the whole time. I don't know. So that's pretty much about all the theories. Now, earlier I said I was going to talk a little bit more about who Kylo Ren was, or who I thought he was, and I told you I was going to talk about it later, and now is the time to talk about it. Now, me personally, guys, I don't think Luke is dead. I don't think he's with the dark side either, which means the only theory I think would be somewhat plausible is the third one. I think he is a recluse, that he went somewhere deep, far, far away in a deep galaxy, and is just trying to become more with the Force as much as he can. Now, my personal theory is that Luke had a son who he trained to become a Jedi, and some point during the training, his son went to the dark side, followed in his grandfather's footsteps, and is now trying to finish what his grandfather couldn't finish. Now, I think that's what happened, and maybe Luke found out, and he didn't want to kill his son because it's his son and he loves him, but he also can't be his son's ally because he's a Sith Lord. So instead of killing his son or fighting along with his son, he decided to go somewhere far away and just meditate and become more with the Force. But that's pretty much all I want to talk to you guys about in this video. If you like what you saw, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And other than that, YouTube, see you guys later. Peace! Hey guys, thanks again for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please do drop a like on it. If you want to see more, I have more videos just like this on my channel. I'll be posting up more in the near future, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But other than that, guys, thanks again for watching, and YouTube, see you later. Peace.